Okay, very, very briefly, this could be as quick as you guys want it to be. All right. So lots of questions lately on Easy Sell and Easy Buy. I know who's used it. Oh, you've used it, Easy Sell, but not about Easy Buy. Okay, so let's talk about the two different programs. Easy Sell is the program. What does it do?
Put somebody's home in front of investors and cash offers.
Get the cash offers for somebody who is looking to sell. Okay, so I'm going to cover that one because it is by far the simplest and the easiest. Everything that you need to know and where to get the resources for these programs that'll help you, one, understand them better, and two, be able to explain them to your client is right in BrokerMint under the library. And what you're going to see is you've got Easy Sell and two different versions of Easy Buy. We're going to cover Easy Sell first. And what you'll find is 3 documents within the Easy Sell folder. You have the authorization form, the flyer, and the Easy Sell questionnaire. I think the one that is up there, there's the authorization form. That is this document. It is about as simple as it gets. It's a 1-page document that says you are giving us permission to market your home to up to a dozen investors in exchange for a 3% commission. Okay? Who wants to talk about commission and how the program works them? Okay.
You only get paid. There's no obligation to the, oh my gosh, there's sweat hogs. There's no obligation to the client, to the agent, unless they accept an offer.
Exactly. And that obligation would be for us?
Accept an offer, then does the client have to pay us the 3%?
The client is agreeing to pay 3%, yes. Okay.
If they accept.
But there also may be, depending upon the investor, there may be an additional percentage above and beyond that for them. Unfortunately, we don't know what that number is because we're submitting it to a dozen people. One of them could come back at 5%, another one can come back at 3%, making the total 6%. We don't know yet. So you just simply say 3 on our side, and then you can evaluate the offers as they come in. Okay. When the offers do come in, they're put into a spreadsheet and you can see how they line out and how they compare with each other if you do have multiple offers. So that is the Easy Sell authorization form. The flyer is about as simple but benign as it can possibly be, but it does tell them, no staging, no showings, you don't have to prep the house. No security issues, anything like that. Can be a selling feature for some.
I often, when I put it on there, I often have people, like the investor that calls is like, I just need to get someone in there to take a look. And I said, well, that's kind of the whole reason why I put it on this, because we're going to be listing it if we don't. So if you want to make a preliminary offer, and then once you feel like, if I feel like that person accepts it, is that kind of how we go with it? Because they're not supposed to come in.
It can be. Different investors are going to have different criteria that they're going to want to evaluate things, but yes, you simply put your foot down and say, well, you can do that during the due diligence period afterwards, once you're under contract with it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. The questionnaire down here will, one, step you through the questions that you need to answer, but it also gives you the instructions on things like the photographs that you have to take for the home, because again, you're not preparing an offer for them, you're preparing essentially a listing, so you got to show them everything. A couple of the idiosyncrasies on the photos. They want 2 pictures of every room. The technique that I will tell everybody, say for example, if this is your room, you're going to stand in one corner of the room, take your camera, hold it up and point to that corner of the room, take the picture. Then you're going to go to the opposite corner of the living room, hold your camera up, take a picture of that side of the room. So that way you're getting the maximum exposure. So 2 photographs in each room. They also want photographs of things like the hot water heater, the HVAC condenser, and the coil outside, and the serial plates on the hot water heater and things like that, because they're just trying to determine age and things that help determine value on Easy Sell. Okay? So Easy Sell is when you're submitting a property that somebody wants to, has approached you to list, but you want to get an investor offer first. Okay? Easy Buy, on the other hand, has two different elements within the Easy Buy, okay? And they are your cashback offer and the modern bridge, all right? Who wants to talk about one of them? Any of the details? Anybody use the cashback offer?
Tell us about that.
Okay, so you've got a highly qualified buyer that you're trying to get under contract, and they keep getting bid out. They keep getting outbid by somebody else or won out by somebody else that's presenting a stronger offer. And say you're trying to put an offer in for them, and it's FHA or it's VA, which those two programs are going to be less desirable than a cash offer and a conventional offer. So those are going to be the reasons why you're probably getting beat out most of the time. But what if you could take your VA offer and convert it into a cash offer? That's what what this program does. The cash-backed offer is just that. Is you submit your client to the program, they do an application process for them, and they say, we'll back your cash offer up to a certain value. I'll give you the best scenario. I had a client, I actually used a program, not exactly like this one, but very similar to this one several years ago when I was helping a veteran buyer who was using his VA benefit, and we got beat on at least 4 or 5 different offers. We submitted it. He got approved for the cash back offer. We submitted a cash back offer. We closed on the home without using the cash backed offer. So he only ended up spending, I think, maybe less than $2,000 to be able to do this. But it put him into the house that he was not competitive for otherwise.
So what are the rates? So if you start to use them, and then in the end,
The cash-backed program,
they write a letter, they basically let you write an offer that says it's a cash offer.
it is a cash offer, and it has basically a backup to it. The cash offer flex, which is the one we're talking about, is they give you that you're doing it under contract with. My brain is fried.
So it's like ribbon.
Yeah, it's like
So
ribbon.
they're gonna write, it's your name on it, but then they're gonna show their proof of funds, and you say it's a cash offer, but your arrangement with them is what percentage?
Oh,
Instead
with
of the $2,000 they had to pay, what was it?
in this case for the cashback offer, it's 1% of the sales price
Of the place they're purchasing?
of the place that they're purchasing. Yep. And essentially what they're doing is you're putting the offer in, it's cash, but you're still saying you want to close with your lender. As long as you can close with your lender, the backup offer that is cash doesn't really kick in.
So you have to do the cash exhibit?
You have
Mm-hmm.
to, but you have to say that they can switch, you have to click on that.
There's a specific addendum that goes into the agreement that says we're doing this in cash, but the cash is only a backup offer if
So it's just-
their
it's
lender.
just a lot.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's a big, fat, juicy, sweet, pretty lot.
And are you waiting?
But it works.
Are you waiting appraisal then?
I don't think you have to. I think you can still keep the appraisal in the mix. Yeah. Okay.
Would this work in a situation where somebody was like contingency on a house to sell?
Yes.
So somebody's going to contingent to do that, to buy the next one, okay.
Yeah. So actually what I think you're talking about is more the next program that we're going to talk about with this, them is the modern bridge. And what that is it allows a person to use the equity they have in their current house to be able to put a down payment and purchase the new house, all while they're still living in here.
Okay, my clients have this situation, but they need the money from this house to buy this house.
Mm-hmm.
They're only getting a 200,000 loan, and the house is 800,000. So do I do this? Well, we've already got a contract in place, so it's already done. You're saying if ultimately we can't, because we can't sell their house, ultimately then we use the bridge one.
You could use the bridge, which what will allow you to do is use equity from the first house to be able to buy the second one. They move, then they can take their good sweet time and sell the old house And actually, Zavy, the company, will actually buy that house if they absolutely have to. You'll have a chance to list it and list it for, market value. If not, Zavy will kick in and actually buy the house.
And how much is that?
It's 1.9%. So as the cashback program is 1%, the modern bridge is 1.9%. Okay?
No, with the first one, if you don't close, if you use your lender, you still have to pay the 1%, right?
You still have to pay the 1%. Yeah. So they actually are taking that fee in the form of their kind of, it's in their earnest money essentially, and they'll pull their fee out of that.
Okay, so if you don't
then they write a
close
letter that
using
says
that,
cash offer.
so if you don't close
Or they
using
don't.
the cashback offer, if you do the VA,
Mm-hmm.
then the client would still be owed that 1%?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
No, it's up to the seller to accept the option that they can close with the VA loan, right? Because I could say no, if it's my listing, I would be like, no.
No, it's a cash offer, and then you check the field that says, but your buyer has the right
To obtain
switch to a
another loan.
What if I'm
Yes.
a seller and I say, no, I don't want that?
Well, then you would know it before you ever went under contract because it's one of the terms in the cash
But I
exhibit.
can say no.
You can say no.
It still says a cash
Still.
offer. And then, yeah, you can say, no, they can't switch to a loan.
Mhm.
Which even these offers, they say cash and it's still a
Mhm.
loan.
Yeah.
It wasn't cash even.
Yep. But essentially, you have everything that you need right in these folders. You've got an offer guide. So the way I organized these was agent materials and then client marketing materials. So the agent materials help explain the program from your perspective. And this is a 5-page guide that looks like, I think I've got it right here. So there's your modern bridge guide. Here's the cash offer flex. And I love, like, this program, they put these things into this map right here. Get pre-funded, make the cash offer, win the dream home, close on the new home. I mean, this kind of puts it all into perspective. And there you see, there's the 1% fee. This is for the cash offer. Now, if we go up here, this is the modern bridge packet that, again, explains the program to you and to your clients. This gives you the rundown of how you can make massive savings through the program. And then here's the modern bridge where you see the steps of the program. You get pre-funded, make your cash offer, move into the new home, then you can sell the old home and the client buys the new home back. Make sense? And then here you see the program fee of 1.9%.
And then would there be extra attorney fees for like closing it twice?
Yeah, but that's
Okay,
normal.
okay, all right.
Yep.
Okay.
Is it negotiable?
The fees? No. Yep,
You have to wait on it.
they are what they are.
Would this be available for, say, an auction property? Say, somebody found something that they want, and it's an auction, like one of the auction sites or something like that. Could they use this
He
money
wants like
for,
a hard money one there.
yeah, is it,
I don't know. Let me think about that. I don't know. Good question.
all right,
Let's talk about it.
okay.
Okay, any other questions? Thank you, everybody. That's all I got.